Hello, this is Christian Ruscioloni from Feed the Nation. I'm the marketing coordinator for this app, and what I wanted to do today was to do a quick tutorial of the software. And also, I wanted to target the managers and the administrative users. Alright, so before we get there, we do have the website there located beneath on the screen. It's www.feedthenation.us. So I'll go ahead and let you all type that in, and I'll give you a few seconds as well. Alright, once you type that information in, you'll see the sign in button on the top right hand corner. If you can go ahead and just click that. Once you click the sign in button, you'll see TFAP or food, CACFP, CSFP, SFSP, and QA. Now all of these different acronyms stand for something different within the system, but for now we'll click TFAP. Once you click TFAP, it will take you to the sign-in screen for Feed the Nation. Just enter in your email and password and then click Sign In. So in addition to how we can capture the progress of what we're doing to society as a whole, we also help our users function the system. And basically, when you go on the main dashboard screen, to do that, we go up in the top right hand corner to the help button beside the sign out page. The sign out button. You click the help, and basically what you do is that it'll answer questions that you might have through a navigation format. So it's basically a tour that you have. It shows you what each column has in store, what that means, what you can do through it. Basically, it gives you a round tour of what Feed the Nation does. So in addition to what I'm saying here on this video, you can also go click on help to get even more information or even better information, who knows. But anyway, beside the help button, there's also a couple of other icons that I wanted to point out. And if you look up there, you see an envelope. That is a notification to see if you got a message from a food pantry or from an applicant. So it's good for the user for the food pantry to have that notification. And then beside that is the taskbar. So if you have any task, or if somebody had sent you a message, for example, we'll say that Henry County Food Pantry sent you a message. Well, the envelope would show up to a 1, which means you got a message from them. And then in the taskbar, it'll notify you that Henry County Food Pantry sent you a message. So there's two ways of notifying you about different events or actions that somebody might do to you on the site, which is why we wanted to make it there for you so you don't miss out on important information with Feed the Nation. Once you sign in to Feed the Nation, you'll be on the main dashboard screen. So as we look here, we do have a couple of graphs. We have the TFAP versus non-TFAP visits. Basically, this just shows you exactly the progress between food pantries within a 6-month period. For example, we have the present up for you right now between July and December of 2018, and it just shows you how many people have gotten a TFAP box and how many have gotten a non-TFAP box. Below that, once we collect information from our applicants through the application process, we're able to collect demographics. And as you see here, once we collect that, we accumulate all of those needs and all the specific demographics of our applicants, and we put it here in a graphical format. And that accumulates over time as well. We use it as a visual, so that's what our graphs are meant for. Furthermore, here to the left of the screen, we have the mailbox feature. Mailbox is a instant communication between food pantries and food banks relative to any types of needs or problems that might be in between them. It's instant communication, which is vital for Feed the Nation, and it just shows our efficiency. As we go down the line here, we have backpacks, and backpacks allow you to create items to put in the backpack, how many backpacks you would like to create. And you can also send out a report based on all that information regarding a backpack. Blast notifications. Blast notifications are crucial to us because that is our way of communication with our clients. So if there is a food recall or a reschedulement of a food distribution, food pantries are able to send out a blast notification, an instant message, to these clients to notify them of any special events. So as we go down the line here, we're able to create new households, new household applicants. Inventory is crucial. We can add items for our food distribution, and we can also create a report from that as well. Pest control, you're able to define the location where you found the pest, how many there were, and that gives the food bank the opportunity to communicate that need to hire up staff to get that problem solved. So all these little things, including temperature logs. Temperature logs, it's a digital format to where you can add the temperature for all your different devices. And since it is required by Feeding America, to have these logs and these reports put in and sent in every month, it's crucial that we have an effective way of doing it. And then last but not least, we have the reports, and that includes all the cumulative information of all the items that we do offer as Feed the Nation. And last but not least, to the right hand side of the screen, we have the Visits tab. And this is also a good visual for us to have as well, because it shows you how many TFAP applicants had signed for the month, how many boxes were given to these applicants, and how many people were fed. And then as you look down the line, it goes to non-TFAP. So these three graphs are showing us, how good of a job are we doing with food distribution, how many people are we reaching out to, and what really is our effect on society as a whole. The mailbox feature is a crucial aspect to Feed the Nation because it allows us to have intercommunication between food banks themselves and also between food banks and food pantries. So this is really useful because it also allows us to communicate about any software objections within the system, and also about any food recalls or reschedulements. So the mailbox is very important to us. It allows for instant access to communication. Then you also have a notifications bar that notifies you that you received a message from a different food pantry. So mailbox allows us to work more effectively. To start off, click on the Mailbox tab on the top left-hand corner of the main dashboard screen. After you click on Mailbox from the main dashboard screen, you will see a couple of features. You have the refresh button, which allows you to find new messages in the inbox, and you also have some notifications for any new mail, which is located under folders. Under folders, we have such things as inbox, any sent messages, any drafts that are still in the process, and any trash mail. Another important feature is the Conversation tab. So, to create a new conversation within the mailbox, click on the New Conversation tab in the top left-hand corner. After clicking the Conversation tab, just select who you would like to send your message to. And in the subject field, you either have QA or food pantry personnel. So after that, make sure and enter in your subject field for your message, and then last but not least, enter in your message located below. Once you have put in your subject field, who you'd like to send your message to, and your message, you can send your message by clicking on the icon which is located on the far right side of the page from the message box. And I have an arrow pointed to where you need to click to send your message. After you have sent your message, a notification should pop up in the right-hand corner notifying you that your message has been sent successfully. Blast notifications allows us as Feed the Nation to be able to send out instant notifications to our participants, and that can relate to either a food recall or a reschedulement of a food distribution system. Furthermore, you can also use it to notify them of jobs. So blast notifications is crucial for us to use, and our goal really is to reach out to as many people as possible and get them the help that they need. To go to Blast Notifications, click on the Blast Notifications tab on the left-hand side of the main dashboard screen. To add a new Blast notification, click on the New Blast Notification button in the bottom left-hand corner. So after you click on the New Blast Notifications tab, it will bring you to a new interface. And basically here you're able to see where you can buy credit packs. Now, to be able to send out a message, you have to buy credit packs. Since it is 5 cents per text, these credit packs do come into play. Furthermore, as soon as you buy that, you're able to have specific target groups that you can send your messages to through our filtered searches. So in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the option to send messages to either applicants or for users. And you're also able to, for applicants, you can actually make it more detailed by sending a message out to applicants who had visited the food distribution at a date newer than a date that you picked. So basically, you're making it more simple and you're making it more detailed. As we go on, you're able to create your message right there in the top right hand corner. So basically, when you come to this page, you buy a credit pack, you find your target market who you want to send your message to, you want to write your message, and then in the bottom right hand corner, you select send. Backpacks are crucial to Feed the Nation because it allows us to keep an inventory of what goes into the backpack and what we have on hand. Also, it gives us a different way to do food distribution. So Feed the Nation can do this in more than one way. In order to select the backpacks, click on the Backpacks tab on the main dashboard screen. After you click on the new backpack, you will come up on a different interface. And this interface shows you the progress, or basically a progress board of the backpacks itself. Ones that have been created, the contents within them, and how many children have been assigned to them, and the date that they were created. Furthermore, to create your own new backpack, click on the New Backpack Plus button in the bottom left-hand corner. After clicking the New Backpack button, you'll then come up on the basic information. Basically, just enter in the required fields, such as the number of children you'd like to assemble for the backpack, the number of backpacks, the estimated number of meals per bag, and you can also describe the contents of the backpack. So once you fill in all those desired fields, make sure and click Save Changes in the bottom left-hand corner. Inventory is a place where you can log in your TFAP commodities that you have received from Feeding America every month. Therefore, this generates a monthly report that we have to send into them as well. To get on the inventory, click on the Inventory tab on the main dashboard screen. After clicking Inventory, you do come up on the main inventory interface, and you have some inventory items that are already selected here for you that people have chosen in the past. And in order for you to create yours, what you'll do is click on the New Item tab in the bottom left-hand corner. When you are choosing a new inventory item, just place the name of the item you'd like to have. And then after that, click on Save Changes in the bottom left-hand corner. After you create your new inventory item, you will have a notification in the corner notifying you that you have saved it successfully. Furthermore, you're also able to do some more changes while you're on this interface. And what you can do is actually add in information to the units you have on hand of that item, the units received, the units distributed, the units lost. And this equals up into the total units. Now the total units automatically calculate, so once you put in your figures, that will be saved successfully in the total units box. Once you have finished with your changes, click on the Save Changes button in the bottom left-hand corner to finish updating your new product. Pest control helps Feed the Nation keep a more healthy environment. What you do basically is put in the location of the pest and the description, and we can use that to make all of our areas where food is being processed and distributed a healthier and safer place. To find pest control, click on the Pest Control tab on the main dashboard screen. After clicking on Pest Control, you're able to see all the past locations from where people have noticed pests beforehand. So in order to create a new location, click on the New Location tab in the bottom left-hand corner. Adding a new pest location requires a few basic steps. Number one, you want to make sure you enter in the name of the location. Number two, you want to make the description of the location as detailed as possible because this will allow Feed the Nation to entirely fix the problem. And last but not least, when you are finished updating your pest location, make sure and click Save Changes in the bottom left-hand corner. After saving the changes to your new pest location, you will see a notification in the top right-hand corner notifying you that the new pest location has been saved successfully. After you have created a new pest location, it's time to create a new log. So basically you would go back to the pest control main page, and then in the top right hand corner for whichever device or location that you just created, select the Add Log button. And then when you select the Add Log button, a new screen will pop up, and basically you'll answer the following questions: the product type, the type of pest, and the number of pests. And you can also see that the location is already figured out for you. So once you do that, go ahead and click Save Changes. So after creating a pest location, you'll be notified about that in the top right hand corner, where there's a notice telling you that the pest inspection was successfully created. So besides adding a pest location log, you're also able to edit one as well. And that's right beside the Add Log button, so you can go ahead and click on that. And once you do, you're more than welcome to edit the log to your liking. However, you want to make sure that everything is correct so our reporting can be precise and valid as well. So once all those steps are completed and you have finished editing your pest inspection log, make sure and click Save Changes in the bottom left-hand corner. For Feed the Nation to function correctly, we would need new organizations to actually use the system. So to sign up a new organization, you would just have to go through a few basic steps. So after you click TFAP or food on the main sign-in page, it will take you to the login screen. So you'll see the email, password, sign in, and then sign up button. So to sign up a new user, it's very simple. Just click on the blue sign up button, and then it will take you to the next following steps. After you have finished clicking on the sign in button on the main sign in page of Feed the Nation, you will come up on the basic information section. Just enter in the required steps as necessary. And after that, at the bottom of the page, click on the Next button to go to the next step. After the account setup, there is the organization registration, and the user just needs to answer the following questions accurately and correctly. And once the user does so, just click on the Next button at the bottom of the page to go to Settings. After organization registration, the settings portion is the last step of the new user sign-up registration process. So under settings, just answer all the questions below, and then once the new user is finished, just click the submit button at the bottom. After clicking the submit button, just follow the rest of the steps to signing up as a new user. Without users on the Feed the Nation software, there's no way that Feed the Nation could operate. Therefore, users are so important because they help out with our main purpose of making or helping the most vulnerable become self-sufficient. Users are in charge of handling TFAP and non-TFAP boxes, and they're also in charge of signing people up to the system, not only to help them with food distribution, but to also help them find jobs and also receive medical assistance. So new users are crucial to have the best functional Feed the Nation out there. Since we're on the test site of Feed the Nation, to create a new user, click on the test section of the main dashboard screen and then click User. To create a new user, click on the blue New User button on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. You will want to enter the user's basic information here in the Basic Info section. This includes their email, first name, last name, and last but not least, their phone number. When adding a new user, you want to make sure you take advantage of all of their possible capabilities. Therefore, on the ServSafe menu, we have the ServSafe Certified button if they are certified to cook and handle food. In order to do that, click on the blue ServSafe Certified button on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Once you click that blue ServSafe Certified tab, a white check mark should appear. Once you do so, you should see the certificate number and the expiration date tab. The certificate number shows proof that the user is ServSafe certified, while the expiration date just shows the validity of the certificate number. As well, you will have a choice to select the user's role within the system. You can select the user's role as a user or a manager. Also, you can control their authority of what they see and don't see under the Permissions tab. Once you have fixed all of those, you can just select Save Changes in the bottom left-hand corner. Once all the information is completed, a gray box in the top right-hand corner will confirm that the user has been saved. If we didn't have household applicants, then our system would never fulfill its purpose of helping the most vulnerable become self-sufficient. So, of course, we have a section that allows you to add household applicants. When you're on the system, when you're on the dashboard, you're going to want to go on the left-hand side of the screen and then click on the New tab. And once you do, you want to go down the list there, and then you'll see household applicant. If you can go ahead and just click on that. During the new household applicant process, we have a details box on the left-hand side of your screen. So as you're going through the different steps when adding a new applicant for the first time, the details accumulate within this box. Furthermore, as we look here, we have the name of the applicant. It also tells you if they are TFAP qualified. It gives you the amount of people that are in your household as you're entering in that information. It also shows you how many boxes that household receives. Any allergies that you select will be included there on that box. And also it shows you any warnings that are with the household. So basically, this food distribution box basically just gives us meticulous detail on how we can better serve our clients, and it also shows us what each household is receiving. When adding a new applicant to Feed the Nation, we actually put the SDI form into a digital format. So as we look here, we have 8 different steps. So at the basic section, you have the applicant's first name, last name, date of birth, phone number, and gender or identity. And then to the right of that, you also have the option to put in the address and zip code. A really cool thing about the zip code is that once you put that in, it automatically populates where that household is from in regards to the city and also the state. The next step in adding a new household applicant is actually adding new household members. So if they're coming in for the first time and you're asking how many are in the household, we have an easier way to do that. So as you enter in your data numbers, we have a couple of questions asking you different age ranges for your household. So as you enter those in, you will also see it accumulate. When I mean that, the numbers, they will accumulate on the left-hand side of the screen underneath the details box. Furthermore, if you would like, or if somebody is missing in the family that did not come by last distribution, you can add them by clicking on the New Household Member tab. And once you do that, you will want to enter in their new information based on a dependent, and as you update that, make sure and click Save Changes, and afterwards all of them should be saved to the system. So after you add a new applicant to the system and you have all their basic information in, it's time to go to the eligibility section. So basically, the eligibility section allows us as Feed the Nation to see if they qualify for a TFAP or a non-TFAP box. So here to the side, we have a couple of questions that we always ask our applicants, and it's if the applicant has received SNAP or food stamps, if they have received TANF, SSI, or Medicaid. Furthermore, if none of those apply to the applicant themselves, we go over to the right hand side of the interface where we ask them what their monthly income would be. And it usually is a rough estimate. However, we have automated income guidelines that are already in place into the system. So if they don't qualify by having SNAP or TANF, and they do qualify by having a monthly income, then that allows us to notify them if they do receive a TANF, or I'm sorry, a TFAP or a non-TFAP box. Alright, so after you go past the eligibility section, you'll be on the extra info. Basically, the extra info is a lot of different questions designed for us to figure out exactly what we need to do to make the most vulnerable become self-sufficient. The first portion of the extra info section is the insurance section. Basically, just click on the tab under insurance and select yes, no, or Medicaid or Medicare. When a new household applicant is on the demographics section of the new application process, it is vital for them to answer the questions that pertain to their needs so their needs can be met. Therefore, underneath the demographics tab, we do have a couple of questions. And to access those questions, click on the Nothing Selected tab. We do have some questions here, as you can see. The first one would be, does any member of the household have cancer? And then following, we have questions such as, any member of the household have high blood pressure? Is a diabetic? Is handicapped? Or is any member of the household looking for employment? We really take note of all these questions and how they answer these so we can really help the most vulnerable become self-sufficient. The new household applicant already has the opportunity to select which type of work he or she might be interested in. To do so, click on the Nothing Selected tab, and then the different options for work should be located below. Just click on the type of work that you might be interested in. A new household applicant also has the opportunity to select any food allergies he or she may have. So what you do, just click on the Nothing Selected tab as before, and then right below that should show some of the food allergies. If there are any that pertain to your needs, just click on those if necessary. If not, just leave the options blank. After a new household applicant has completed the food allergy portion of the extra info process, they are more than welcome to try out the food preferences and the distribution week tab as well. For the food preferences, what we usually do for them is that they'll click on the Nothing Selected tab, and there located below are questions such as the applicant being a pescatarian, a vegan, or a vegetarian. Once he or she has answered those questions according to his or her liking, we do have the Distribution Weeks tab right below that. If you'll just click on the Nothing Selected tab as well. And once you do, you will see the different options, week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just click on one of those, and you click on one of these depending on which week you got your USDA box. And the reason why we do this is to make sure that you only get one USDA box per month. So once you finish with all of these different tabs, just look in the bottom right hand corner and click on the Next button. After the extra info section, you will come upon the private notes section. Here you have a warnings tab and you also have a notes tab. So for the warnings, you just select that, and below you have a drop down menu describing if they were either disruptive or rude, or if they were unable to speak English. This just gives the user a foreshadow of the next time that he might come in contact with this participant, to let him know exactly what he'll be getting himself into. So that's why we have the private notes section. So you can fill that out as much as you'd like, especially for the notes portion, write as descriptive as possible. For proxies, enter in the name of the person that is picking up the box for the applicant. Once you do so, click the Choose File button underneath to upload the document. However, most of the time proxies do come in with the note in hand, and with your computer you can actually scan the note to where it goes onto your computer, and then afterwards you can then upload it onto the system. Have a note that it is also valid for one time per a 6-month period. To add a new alternate, click on the New Alternate tab to enter in the person's name who is authorized to receive the applicant's box or boxes. Basically, an alternate is the authorization by the applicant to give permission for someone to pick up the USDA box if the applicant is unable to. Furthermore, that person is eligible to pick up the box for the next 5 months if needed. At the end of the 6 months, the applicant, however, has to re-sign the alternate. Therefore, once you click on the New Alternate button, enter in the alternate's name and then sign above. After the signature, click the Save button in the bottom right-hand corner of the white screen. One really cool feature of Feed the Nation is the Visits tab. And as you look here, this is mainly for the existing applicants. So as we go here, we'll go to the date, and that shows you the dates that the applicant had visited in the past for a food distribution. You have the ticket number for the applicant. It also tells you the amount of boxes that the applicant or the household had received. It also says or shows you the amount of people in the household, whether they received TFAP or not. It also shows you the user and specifics who signed that applicant up for the TFAP box for that month, and then it gives you the signature of the household applicant itself. So the Visits tab is so crucial because it actually allows for improved data collection within our system. The very last step in adding a new household applicant on the Feed the Nation website is through a signature. So as we see here on this screen, we are able to sign and save them for a TFAP or a non-TFAP box. Furthermore, if you would like to, we have a Documents tab located on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, and that allows you to view any of the USDA non-discrimination statements, and you can do that before signing. And in addition to that is that it is also available in English and in Spanish. Furthermore, with the documents, you are able to install any Topaz signature pad drivers. We have a couple of models there for you, so you have a couple of options as well. And that is mainly for people who are not able to sign for the applicant on the interface itself. Alright, so once you finish with that, looking at documents, you're able to save and sign the applicant. In order to do that, select the Save and Sign tab in the bottom right-hand corner. And to sign, you would either select Save TFAP or Save Non-TFAP. And if you don't even sign anybody up for a box for that month, you also have the option to save without signing. So basically, you can just save the applicant info without signing them up for a box. After the applicant has gone through the process of receiving their TFAP or non-TFAP box, a notification pops up on the screen. After they save and sign, a message says if they are willing to share any basic demographic information with us or Feed the Nation. So basically, this information, this notification allows the participants, which are the applicants, to receive any text messages regarding any special events. So if they agree to share this information only based on their consent, we are then able, as Feed the Nation, to use their phone number or email address to give out to these employment programs and workforce boards to help these participants find any jobs or receive medical attention. Once you have answered the sharing demographic information prompt, you are then inclined to place the applicant's signature within that white box. So once you have signed off for the applicant, if they allow you to, then click Save in the bottom right hand corner of that white box. And once you do, you've successfully signed and saved a new household applicant onto Feed the Nation. Merging duplicates is crucial for Feed the Nation because it allows us to identify if a user had put in the same exact information twice for an applicant. And the way that we can find that out is through our Merge Duplicates tool. To be able to find these duplicates, you'll want to be on the main dashboard screen, and then to the left hand side click on Households, and then click on the Households Duplicates tool. After you click on the Household Duplicates tool, you will want to click on the white box that says None on it. Once you do, there will be a drop-down menu and it will allow you to merge the duplicates. However, before you do that, you want to make sure that the applicant's information is completely exact and correct. After you have selected Merge Duplicates, you will then have a white screen that pops up on the interface, and it will ask you if you are sure that you would like to merge all the information to make it one household applicant. Therefore, in order to merge and finalize that process, just click on the Merge button, and then you should be all set. After you have merged the duplicates, you'll see a notification in the top right hand corner notifying you that all the applicants have been merged successfully. Adding temperature devices is just as easy as adding or viewing temperature logs. With just a few clicks, a new device can be created. To create a new temperature device, select the Temperature Logs button on the left-hand side of the main dashboard screen. Furthermore, this tab allows you to create new temperature devices. After you click the Temperature Logs button on the main dashboard screen, you will then click on the New Device button in the bottom left-hand corner to initiate the creation process. After clicking on the New Device button, you will then come to the page where you can add a new temperature device. Very intuitive and very simple. Just add in the name of the preferred device that you would like to use, and then right below that in the basic information section are a couple of questions. As follows, you have: is the device a freezer? Is the temperature of this device recorded in Celsius? Or is this a non-TFAP device? So after you have answered those following prompts correctly, make sure and click the Save Changes button in the bottom left-hand corner. If for some occasion that the new temperature device that you had added was a non-TFAP device, then once you had saved your changes, you will then come up to the page where you have the name of the device and you have the options to put in the minimum and maximum temperature. So after that, and after you finish and updated your device, make sure and click the Save Changes button in the bottom left-hand corner. Temperature logs promote the safest foods for our consumers, which is why it is one of the most important concepts of our food distribution process. To view the temperature logs, go on the main dashboard screen on the Feed the Nation website, and you will see the Temperature Log tab on the left-hand side of the screen. Just click that. After clicking on the Temperature Log button on the main dashboard page, you will then come to where you have all the devices located below. To add a new temperature log, just select the Add Log button located beside the name of the device and then continue to follow the prompts. Alright, after you click the Add Log button for your temperature device, a white box will appear. You can then add your temperature, and then you click Save Changes. Afterwards, a gray box should appear in the right-hand corner saying that the log was saved successfully for your temperature device, whatever the name of that might be. To search for a new temperature device, enter in the device's name in the search bar located above. Our reports provide great accountability and details of our progress made throughout our food distribution system. To see the different variety of reports we have to offer, click on the Reports tab on the left-hand side of the main dashboard screen. After you click on the Reports tab on the main dashboard screen, it will take you to the Reports interface. So in order for you to enter in the required information of the report you would like to receive, you'll need to choose which report first. So a list of them we have here is the Applicant Visits Report, the Backpack Report, the distribution report, the inventory report, the monthly distribution report, the pest control report, the shopping report, and the temperature log report. So some of these reports need to be emailed to Feeding America, but I also wanted to remind you that the monthly distribution report will need to be emailed to them as well. To see the report that you have selected, make sure and enter in your email address. And then once you fill out the other blanks within the page, select Email PDF. It only takes a few clicks to change your password on our Feed the Nation website. Just go through the steps and you'll be finished in no time. If a food pantry forgot their password or decided to change their password, they can go into the main sign-in screen of Feed the Nation and then select TFAP. Once you do so, if you will enter in your email, and then after that, select the Forgot Your Password blue hyperlink right below the Sign Up tab. Once again, put in your email one more time and then click on the Send Me Reset Password Instructions tab, and then that will send a link to your email. So once you open up your email, you will select that link which says Change My Password. After you had selected on the link to change my password, it should take you to a different page in itself. And basically all you have to do is enter in the new password and then confirm your password. And then after that, just select Change My Password, and then this should allow you to sign in successfully. Whenever a food pantry is finished adding applicants, merging duplicates, or even adjusting temperature logs, signing out is a very simple process. Just select the Sign Out button in the top right-hand corner, and then you should be signed out successfully.